it's still too hot. But fucking scared me. So anyway, hey guys, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you are new here. My name is Michaela, and in today's video I'm going to be sharing with you my birth control story. I had a lot of complications with mine, I guess, and just kind of a lot of things I went through that I really wasn't expecting, and basically my doctors or nobody else really prepared me for it. And if you choose this method of birth control, I know that the doctors are going to tell you the same thing. They're not really going to give you the full story of it, so I'm going to tell you the full story of it and kind of what can happen, what can go wrong. So after I gave birth to my daughter Amelia, I didn't want to be on birth control, but they said they couldn't release me until I chose a method of birth control. But finally I heard about Paragard, which is a little T-shaped device that goes inside your uterus, and it's marketed as non-hormonal. So I was like, well, if I'm gonna be on birth control and they said natural family planning or condoms isn't gonna cut it, then I guess I'm gonna go for the non-hormonal one. So I went to the doctors, got the Paragard put in. I really was drawn to the Paragard not only because it was non-hormonal, but because it lasts a little bit longer, especially longer than the other IUDs. It lasts 10 years. It stays in your body. It's not something you take in and out. It's not a pill you have to take. Like, it stays in your body. So it's like birth control you don't have to worry about. It's like a no hassle form of birth control. It hurt a little bit being inserted. It doesn't take that long. I think it took like less than a minute. Initially, I don't think anything went wrong, but after about day 3, it really hurt to walk. It almost felt like I could feel the IUD. It felt like it might have been misplaced or like dislodged or something. TMI, but I'll show you. It just felt like right here there was just something poking me, and it felt like something was coming out almost. There was a lot of pressure, a lot of bearing down, and just a lot of pain. And so I made an appointment, went to the doctors, they did an ultrasound, and they saw that the IUD was in place and it was where it was supposed to be, so they don't know why I was experiencing pain. It started 3 days after they put it in, and it lasted for about a week. So for the first week of being on the IUD, it was really hard to walk. I did definitely experience some heavy and painful periods, and when I mean heavy, I mean heavy. I mean soaking pads. I like to use big thick pads just to ensure that I won't leak. I know a lot of people don't like big bulky pads, but that's just my thing. And I was soaking through those pads like less than an hour. We would be in the car driving, and it would be like a waterfall. Like it would just gush and gush and gush, and I would, there would be blood all over the seat. I'd go to the bathroom to kind of like wash myself off, and it would be gushing out while I'm trying to clean myself. I'm getting blood all over me, all over the furniture, all over my clothes. I would pass really big blood clots, like that big sometimes. Oh, this is disgusting, but I'm gonna insert a picture right here so you can kind of see kind of what it was like. But that was something that doesn't usually happen on my periods. I would always have a lot of lower back pain, like my back would just ache to the point where it would be so hard to stand up, which made it really hard at work being a cashier and just standing on my feet all day. I have really bad mood swings, and like everything would piss me off. Everything would just make me so mad. I would get menstrual migraines. I would only get migraines around my period, which was also something new. I never had migraines associated with my period. I developed acne. I already have a history with acne, but I would get hormonal acne. I would break out all along my jawline, kind of like the lower half of my face, all down my neck and chin. Again, I'll insert some pictures here to show you. And my skin is just now starting to heal from that. And it just seemed like I was having all these hormonal imbalances. It just seemed like everything in my body was going wrong. And I started doing some deeper research onto the Paragard and listening to stories from other people who have been on it. And the Paragard is actually non-hormonal in a sense that it doesn't add hormones to your body, but it alters the biochemistry in your body and it can change the hormones already existing within your body. So in a way, it is a hormonal method of birth control. I would never get sick, but I would always have random high temperatures, 103 degrees. I went to the hospital one time because it really worried Rudy, and they did tests and nothing was wrong. They said I don't have any virus, so I'm not sick or have an illness coming on. So that was another thing, which apparently other women have said they've got random fevers on Paragard. Also, being on the IUD, my periods were very irregular. Sometimes I'd have 2 periods in a month. Just basically everything was going wrong. I didn't think I would have any issues with it. The majority of the time I felt bad because everything, we started keeping track of it, my boyfriend and I, and always 10 days before my period would start, that's when everything would start. I'd start breaking out, the migraines would start coming on, mood swings, like everything would start 10 days before my period. And then my period would start, it would still last all throughout my period, and it would last a few days afterwards. And then after that, my skin started calming down and everything started going away. But then again, 10 days before my period, it would all start again. So the majority of the time, at least 3 weeks out of the month, I was feeling like crap. I didn't want to switch birth control because I was like, well, if my body's reacting like this to a non-hormonal birth control, I'm definitely not going to go on a hormonal one. So finally, we just took it out. I got the IUD out 5 days before my period was supposed to start. So like I said, I had everything going on at that point. Just like getting it in, the procedure was also very quick. It only took maybe like 30 seconds for them to take it out. Mild cramping during it, a little bit of cramping afterwards. But after a few days, the acne was going away, fatigue going away. Pretty much everything that was usually would be happening just completely stopped. I've had other periods since then and everything's been fine. I don't feel any different on my period now than I do not on my period. You know what I mean? I don't feel any different. No PMS symptoms, nothing. It's just my story. That's just my experience. It's just some things to be cautious of and to know a little bit about. Like I said, your doctors are just going to tell you you're going to have a little bit of heavy bleeding and painful periods, but that was not the case for me. It was so much more than that. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you found it useful. I hope it helped you a little bit in deciding what birth control you want to take. I know I did not have a very positive experience on the Paragard, but you might have a completely different experience. But yep, that's it for today, and I'll see you in another video. Bye.